This has been in the works for a while and lots of ups and downs in the planning. But thank you all for coming here today. We have quite a few different organizations represented. We have some of the National Film and Video Center for thank you for coming. The students who helped us with the national anthem of the National School of Lagos, the Music Department. You're welcome and thank you for coming. We have students on the Art School of Lagos. Welcome. We have representatives from the UCD. Thank you. We have two special guests who came from out of the country just for this event. Dan Barker is the co-founder of the Freedom Foundation. The efforts, as they are known, try to promote the separation of church and state. That is to make sure that the government does not interfere in the practice of religion, and religion is not imposed on government or other people who might not share the religion of those trying to live in post. It's something very important all over the world, and especially here in Nigeria, where religion is a very strong part of our daily life. Along the same line, Mandisa Thomas is founder of Black Mountain Leaders. And later on in the event, we'll be coming together. So, after I finish, Dr. Lee, who is the board member of Humanity International, will give us a short speech about talking jobs and African origin, and then we'll hear some golden messages from different organizations who are trying to support us. Then we'll hear from Bolaji on art and freethought in Nigeria. Before Dan and Mandisa will give their performance. After that, we'll break for lunch and then start the preparation for our music contest, which will take place in the afternoon from about 1:30 p.m. So, thank you and welcome. Dr. Leo will be on shortly for his speech.
Hello everyone. So, on behalf of the Humanist Association of Nigeria, advocacy for alleged witches, and now when you get things like this, you are students, right? You go out to try to ask questions, yeah? Yes. The Critical Thinking Social Empowerment Foundation, Humanist Association of Ghana, West African Humanist Network, Accra APs, the Institute of African and Diaspora Studies here at the University of Lagos, Social Action Project, Eyes of a Lagos Boy, and the individual corporate sponsors and supporters. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all, local and international guests, already recognized, other participants, to the first African Freethought Music and Art Festival taking place here at Afe Babalola Auditorium, University of Lagos. This program is a dream come true because for so many days we've been contemplating and pondering how music and in fact the entire art enterprise could be used to further the goals, the ends, objectives, the values of humanism and free thought. Or better, how the humanist and free thought movement could incorporate music and other artistic facilities in its world campaigns and programs. Thanks to the support of you all, the support we got from Dan Barker and FFRF, they kindly donated. Our money is now in hundreds of thousands. Yes. $500, I guess, but I got it as 800 and something thousand. So the support we have from the Black non-believers, who were kind enough to sponsor Mandisa to be here, and a lot of our friends who are not here today and who are supporting of our efforts to use music and art in furthering the goals of humanism and free thought. So for too long, the non-theistic organizations have mainly been focusing on faulting and criticizing religious doctrines, religious actors. Of course, that is an important obligation. Yes. The non-theistic movement has been preoccupied with bemoaning how religion or theism has hijacked, dominated, and driven the moral and yet the art enterprise. But limited attention, focus has been paid to getting themselves a seat at the table and highlighting alternative groups that the humanist and free thought movement could provide. So this event is an effort in that direction. Titled Unchained Melodies, Art and African Awakening, this event invites us to explore, celebrate songs, rhythms, art forms in free and unfettered ways. In situating these welcome notes and using the metaphor of the talking drum. Students, how many of you know about the talking drum? If you know about the talking drum, raise your hand. Good. Now, the talking drum is one of the oldest musical instruments in this region, and it exemplifies renditions that speak and convey messages, nuggets of wisdom, pellets of insights, and it shows us that drumming is not merely some production of sound or rhythm, some performance of composition, but also a mix of communicative information, of conversation, of discussion, and sometimes of warning in case of impending dangers. This musical instrument speaks and has been speaking and communicating messages and instructions over the ages. So today, this event is meant to get the public to know, hear, appreciate, and listen to the humanist and free-thinking talking drums, to skeptical, rationalist rhythms and lyrics that beckon some of us to think and rethink, receive knowledge and ideas, to create and recreate, re-examine beliefs and assumptions that too often encumber social, moral, and intellectual progress. The free thought of his drums, not just to interrogate ideas, practices, taken for granted, or often given a free pass as a culture or religion, tradition, or philosophy. Those ideas and impulses that continue to shape our lives for good or for evil. So humanism is rooted in the power and ability of humans to express and actualize themselves, their potentials and possibilities, to exact and exercise their minds, their ingenuity, rights and values. Free thought, as the name says, stands for into cultures, traditions, religions, and philosophy that hamper thoughts that are free or freedom that is thoughtful. And we must resist these dark and destructive tendencies. We must deploy the talking drums, performances, compositions, improvisations to further a cultural renaissance, human development, and enlightenment. At a time that Nigeria is going through some unprecedented economic difficulties, the role of Freethought music and other artistic forms cannot be overemphasized. Nigeria needs talking drums. Nigeria needs the free-thinking talking drum to speak and communicate those uncomfortable truths that we tend to avoid, ignore, or refuse to hear, but to our own peril. So the African continent needs the alluring tones of the talking drums to combat witch hunting. And by witch hunting, we mean the idea that sometimes some people will get sick. They say it's their elderly parents in the village. Yeah? Some people's business are not going well. They say that it's that old woman that has refused to die. Some people are not doing well in business. They say they are taking their staff. They have stolen their staff. Do you hear about that? They say they have stolen their destiny. You know, somebody steals their destiny and does work with it. Yeah? And because of that belief, they go and attack innocent people in their communities. So we need the talking drums to wake us up from our slumber as a result of superstition and blind faith. We need the talking drums also to help us combat ethnic bigotry. Some people think that some people from certain ethnic group do not have equal rights as citizens of the country. So we need a talking drum to wake us up to our common sense of humanity. So we need a talking drum to help us combat poverty and underdevelopment. Africans need to explore the role that music and other forms of art can play in addressing these existential threats and challenges. Africa needs the talking drum to help in harnessing the thoughts, ideas, intellectuals that are necessary for African awakening and emancipation. So I invite all of you, young and old, men and women, students and teachers, parents and guardians, able, not so able, rich and poor. Actually, when I was writing rich and poor, I'm actually wondering whether there are still rich people in Nigeria today, and whether any of us here actually belong to that category. So I'm inviting everyone to join hands in celebrating and inspiring hubris and Freethought sounds and songs, lyrics and hymns, poems and prose, unchained melodies and arts across Nigeria and beyond. Welcome once again, and thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming. And I want you all to please, let's start by giving yourselves a big round of applause. For me, speaking to you on this ground means a lot more. About 25 years ago, this building was not here. There were trees here, and this place used to be a thoroughfare, so you could just walk through. That was my department. I studied mass communication from University of Lagos, and I am really proud. My name is Bola Kialoge. I'm a photographer, a journalist, an actor, and a scuba diver. I love life. I love humanity. I appreciate you for who you are until you show me who you really are. I love everything human. I love everything nature. And I participate. I make sure I participate in everything I love to do. I do it till I am tired of doing it. I want you all to know, today, you can be good without any kind of spirits. And in the last decade, on social media, many of us found ourselves. And we became friends, we found one another, and we all formed this union. That was how I met Dr. Leo Igwe about 15 years ago. And we've been rubbing minds. And I'm glad that we have come to this point where we have the legendary, okay, ladies first, where we now have wonderful Mandisa Thomas. Please, give her a big hand. I watch, there's a show on the internet every Sunday night. I'll recommend it tonight. It's called The Atheist Experience. No, not The Atheist Experience. Call the Line, yes. If you have a question in your mind, because look, I was once like you, students here today, and I have questions. I grew up Christian. I was born in a Christian home in this city, Lagos, where my parents are wonderful environment. In fact, Chapel of Christ Our Light, there was my church. And I'm not saying there's anything bad about religion. I don't want to shock you. Everything is fine the way it is today, but we are beginning to have people ask questions. I want you to please don't let anybody put you down when you ask questions. If it does not make sense to you, it probably really doesn't. Please follow your mind. So my approach in the last few years has been, for us Africans especially, because our case is peculiar. Our growth has been, there's like an interjection into our growth, and our growth is arrested. We are what I can call a confused bunch these days. But it's never late. It's never late. You can be fine without having a religion in your life. Also, before I go on, I also want to present to you Dan Parker from the United States of America. Dan Parker was a preacher for about 27 years, 19 years, before he finally dropped that idea and decided to seek an alternative to life, because there is, as we all say, there is more to life than what we all have been taught. I want you as an African today to believe more in yourself. There is nothing that is coming to save you but you. Believe more in the work of your hands. And it's okay to fail. I was in school, I was in high school, I repeated one class. My JSS2. I repeated it. Yes, I did. I felt terrible. All that kids kind of made me feel bad. I felt like a loser. But today, I am glad I repeated that class in 1991. I am glad I did, because it made me. I had to repeat it. I had to learn it again. I had to know that it is all in this noodle. It's nowhere beyond this place. You can't pray it in. You can only study. You can't pray for knowledge. You can only seek it. It is even in those books, the holy books. You can only seek it. And what does seek it mean? It means you pay for your knowledge. It means you read. You don't read knowledge. So, as Africans, I want us to believe in ourselves. How do you believe in yourself? Understanding your history. understanding how we got here, understanding that there was a religion before Islam and Christianity, understanding that we have our own lifestyle, understanding that we are not descendants of Abraham or Moses. We are not. We are black people, and we are special people. From this part of the world, our genes are like some of the strongest we can ever imagine. We shouldn't throw that away to people from the Middle East. We should be proud of ourselves. Meaning we should know our history. Understand that some people from the United Kingdom, from many parts of the world, came here just about 150 years ago. Not too long. Once you understand this, they came, imposed their language, imposed their style, imposed their livelihood, imposed their gods on us. So as an African, I want you to deconstruct. Take yourself away from two religions, tying us down. Islam, Christianity, there's our own traditional religion. Stand and watch and decide. But I want you to do more with yourself because you have nobody else, you have nothing outside of you to help you. So I want to tell you, young Africans today, I would love, I'm talking to you especially, because at this stage in life, we start asking questions. Daddy, why is a snake talking to Eve? Daddy, why is a horse talking? And mommy, why? You know, we ask these questions and it's okay. There is nothing wrong with you. And just in case any one of you asks your pastor in Sunday school, and the pastor tells you, shut up. You ask so much questions. Never do accept what they say. Keep asking. And I'll tell you that I don't have answers to all the questions. There are some of these things we can't answer. But it doesn't want to be spirit. If you don't know it, does not mean you cannot know it tomorrow. And it does not mean it is spirit. It is just the unknown. So, as we enjoy the unchanged melodies, arts, and the African arts competition, the festival, I want us all to reflect, and I want us all to go home, knowing we are proud people, knowing we are beyond the imposed religions on us, knowing that understanding ourselves leads to pride. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
So next we have a performance by Mandisa of the Freedom from Religion Foundation USA. Sorry, before that, we have a goodwill message from Anthony Payne, which I would like to read out to you. He says, "Greetings from Houston, Texas. I'm Anthony Payne. In my professional life, I'm the Scotland Arnold Distinguished Professor of Humanities and Professor of Religion at Rice University. I'm also a Professor Extraordinarius at the University of South Africa, and I serve as Director of Research for the Institute of Human Studies.